Okay, man, it is the next day, you feel me? Beautiful sun outside. And as you already know, if you've seen the last video, it's still Sunday, man, because I had to rush and go ahead and put that video together. But look, look at that. Yes, you see that stripe looking oh so good, man. If you ain't see it, we got that together in the last, look, man, there's just so much eye candy in the background. I just see stuff as I'm walking around and talking to y'all. I just lose focus, man. But one of the things we want to do today, you feel me? We working back on the Charlie, man. A lot of y'all been asking what was some of the plans we gonna do with the ride. Y'all gonna find out, but let's just walk up on it real quick. Just look at it. Ooh, wee. Yes, y'all stay right there. We about to get into another banger for the, you know what I'm saying, for Serena, you know what I mean? And the vent scoops, hold on, look at that. Vent scoops looking good. I didn't even show y'all that. We were just out there. It's super nice today in Cincinnati, man. I'm loving this weather. The scoops looking real good. Feeling nice and flush. All the way in there, man. So, we gonna shoot over here, go buy these pieces, man. And then we gonna get into this banger. So y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, and always hit that bell. Yes, sir. Yeah, them good automatic windows, you know what I'm saying? We just do it different this way. Your boy Wave just do it different this way, you feel me? Alright, man, we over here in Big Serena, you know what I'm saying? Slide. And, one of the things we gonna do today, I'm gonna definitely work on that quick oil change. So if anybody was wondering how to do an oil change on their Challenger, we gonna figure that out today. Ooh, the sun hitting. But we gonna worry about that today, man. And then another thing that I wanted to do, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these lights up in the snorkel, man, on the hood. I seen that on a couple cars and I like that. So I'm gonna figure out a way to cook something up, man, make it look a little different, you feel me? Y'all know I like to go for the different vibes, but we're gonna go ahead, shoot over here to the auto zone, man, and see what we can put together, you feel me? Try to get y'all this content, you know what I'm saying? Until we can start getting into some of these bigger mods, man. I got a lot coming. Like I was just talking to my boy Fred about it, man. I want to tell y'all, but I don't want to get a sauce away, man. Because if I tell somebody, you already know somebody gonna be ready to do it, man. And as far as I see, ain't nobody on the net done it yet. And this ain't no, oh, I'm the only one with it. I'm really the only one who gonna have this one. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's just different. Ain't nobody done this yet. So that being said, it's a lot coming for the build, man. We got a lot of exterior stuff I gotta do. I still gotta get the car painted. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of small stuff that I gotta get on the outside, and then we can start jumping onto the inside. Like, cause another one of the things, I had a couple people hit me up asking how we gonna get the heated and vented seats set up. So the seats are already wired and ready. It's just that I need the actual wiring harness for the car, so that when I connect the seats, it actually recognizes it. Because right now, that's why it just doesn't recognize it. And it's got a seat airbag on right now, just because basically it doesn't recognize the seats. So once I get that wiring harness, we'll be able to swap that out and then do that. So that'll be another episode. All right, man. So y'all see, I am by myself, so I gotta pull up on the jacks. Dolo. But she was sliding a little bit too, man, but we got her in here, you feel me? So we're gonna go ahead and put this new Cayenne in here, get this Castrol in here, and we're gonna be right where we wanna be, man. Y'all know my saying. So let's go ahead and pop this hood and get right on into it. Yeah, it's a little toasty in here. Definitely on the toasty side. So we'll go ahead and pop this cap off. Anytime I do oil changes, I just like to go ahead and pop the cap, just so when it's draining, it can drain out fully. Don't have nothing restricting it. Oh, another little pro tip too. You can do this. I do this with most of my client cars. Just put the cap right there, just so you can't close the hood without forgetting about putting that cap on. So now that's off, you can go up onto the bottom, get our little slider. You feel me? And you can go up under the bottom. Oh man. And see, look, so the same thing happened on my old one, man. Because I don't have that bottom reinforcement, this just gets to shake a lot when I start going fast, and these broke on me. But that's like a little $10, $15 piece. I ain't tripping off that. But I gotta get that bottom support. So y'all come with me up under here. It's a couple bolts you gotta remove. These right here. Or are these the push pins? Yeah, I think, oh yeah, these just the push pins. So we can just pop these out. Actually, let me get a screwdriver real quick. All right, man, so we got the engine bay splash cover off. The only thing you need is a 10mm socket. Maybe use your extension if you want. And it's just 4 bolts. And then some push pins on this front one if you want to take that off too, just to help you kind of slide that out. But that literally just slides down and it drops out, man, nothing too much. So now you will come up under here and you want to locate this right here. This bolt will be what you need to take out to start draining your oil. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. All right, now that you located your bolt, you want to go ahead and take your 13mm wrench. Have your pan by, man, because as soon as you start pulling it off a little bit, it is going to go ahead and start leaking a little bit. I like to always have like a mat or something down just to keep it from getting all over the floor. And y'all know, if y'all been watching the channel, we just cleaned these floors. This side, not that side. You can kind of see a little bit of a blue versus the brown. I don't know. But make sure your pan is close. And I always put it back a little farther than where the actual spot is. So it's like right here, I put it back a little farther because you know it's gonna drip stream back. It usually doesn't just drip straight down. So we're gonna take our 13mm and get that up off of there, man. I'm trying to do this one-handed. It might be difficult. I had to use 2 hands to be able to get to that bolt. But you can see it's dripping a little bit right there. Right up on there. So let that drip a little bit. And once we take this bolt out, it's gonna come jet streaming out of there. And I was just driving the car, so it's a little toasty. So you wanna make sure you pull that bolt pretty quick. Woo. And you see it was shooting all the way to the back corner. I missed a little bit, but got it. Just barely. All right, so now we back up under the car. I don't know if you can see it, the oil is still dripping a little bit there, so we're gonna let that drip. But if you would come over to the passenger side, this is where you'll find your oil filter. And it's not too far from where you just were. It's literally, so if you were laying in the middle of the car under it, look where your right shoulder should be, and it should be right above there, all right? And that's where your oil filter is. So you're just gonna get up under here. Like I said, I just drove the car, so it is a little hot, so you want to be careful. So just know when you release it a little bit, it is going to be a little bit that comes down on you. So if you don't want it on your hand, go ahead and get some gloves or something. Me, I'm not really too particular about it because I do this a lot. So let that oil come up out of there. You see it, it's dripping down. They go ahead and get all that excess off the top. And surprisingly, I was able to do it without getting on my hand. But you wanna let that drip, get all that extra out of there. I don't know if y'all can see that, man. It's looking pretty old. It's looking real old. So we're gonna let that drip do its thing. See how long this takes. All right, so now it's got a majority of that out of there. It's down to a slow drip. You can go ahead, get the rest of this on out of here, man. And try not to tip it over on yourself, because this thing is probably full. And like I said, if your car was just running, it's gonna be a little hot.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Tipped it on myself. And I'm sure as y'all seen in that last scene, man, it got a little hairy there. I'm telling y'all not to drop the oil can, and I fuck around and drop it right on the phone. So I had to clean the phone up, but that gave me enough time to go ahead and let everything drain, man. So looks like everything is done draining, and it's all good to go. So now, what you want to do is get your new oil catch can, or not your oil catch can, I'm sorry, your oil filter. And this is what I went with. Like I said, I went with the good can in. They usually got really good products, NASCAR certified, and I've never had any issues with these as long as I've been using them. So one of the things you want to do when you're putting on a new oil filter, you want to take some oil and put it right around this ring, just on the top, so that when you put it on, it just doesn't get latched onto your engine. So what I like to do, I just take a little bit of the oil from what I just taken out, just put it right along the top, man. You know, nothing too crazy. Just to lubricate this rubber up, so when you do get it on there nice and tight, that rubber doesn't melt to the engine, you know, and then it's gonna make it real hard for the next person to be able to get that new one on there. So now all you do in reverse steps, you put your new filter on, then you put that nut on, and then we can go to the top of the engine bay and fill our filters up. All right, now that we got all of our caps and everything back on, the filter is on, the bottom is good. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot up here to the top, man. So you wanna go ahead and get you a cone. You can get them at a gas station, so you don't have to buy any. Just go ahead and tell them you want a free one. But I like to use these. It just makes it a little easier when you pour. And like I said, going with the Castrol Edge, high mileage, extra maximum performance, you feel me? And it calls for, I think it's 5.9 quarts, I believe. And we got 5 quarts right here, and I got some extra just from doing other people's. So the other thing that I like to do whenever I put my oil in, I like to go ahead and give it a full oil treatment, you know. Go ahead and pour that whole thing in there, because it just got, it's got the zinc anti-wear and all of that. And the zinc helps like go through your engine and fix all those places where it was kind of losing its coating and all of that stuff. And then reduces oil burn, lubrication moving through the engine parts, all that good stuff, man. So anytime you get your oil change, always go ahead and throw your little oil treatment in there, man, just cause. So we're gonna pour these fluids in, and I'm gonna not do this one-handed so I don't spill anything else on the camera. So I'm gonna try and set y'all up somewhere so y'all can see everything. Yeah, that's cool right there. So I'll go ahead and put a little bit of oil in. I like to kind of mix it just so the fluid can kind of help, you know what I mean, mix it a little bit as it's going down. And one of the things I wanted to say too, man, like, cause I had somebody ask me what really got me into doing this real, man, I've always loved cars. It's just that in these last couple of years, I really kind of just started relying on myself. Instead of going and waiting all day, I just started, you know what I mean, doing things myself, cause I already had kind of a little bit of a background messing with cars. Cause the very first car I had, you know, like putting sound systems in it and stuff like that, but I never really did anything like how I'm doing now, man. But it just goes to show you, no matter how old you are, man, you can never stop learning, you know? And I'm early 20s still, but even if you're in your 30s, 40s, whatever, man, it's never too late to learn. As long as you're willing to work, it's never too late. So I like to put a little bit in there, then get this oil treatment, throw that treatment in too. Go ahead, eat that up. And I like to pour sideways too, just to help the control of it. Some people say you're supposed to pour the other way. I feel like this is just easier. I can control the bottle better. All right, now that's all the way in there, man. Like I said, we went with the SAE 5W20 full synthetic, advanced full synthetic. So, you know what I mean? That good stuff. And like I said, the treatment we put in there, it's got that good zinc, so it's gonna help coat the engine just for long overtime wear, man. Cause as a lot of y'all know, people love to get these cars and just abuse them, man. So let that drain in there. And then the next step, a lot of people forget to do this. This is why you gotta remember the computer side. Like, yeah, these cars are easy to work on, but it is a little, and it's not even technical, it's just a couple buttons you gotta push. But you gotta reset your oil on the inside. I wish the car was smart enough to know, but we ain't made it that far yet, even though we got self-driving cars. Crazy, right? All right, man, so now we got all our fluids in, our caps are on, everything's good to go. You wanna go ahead and get in the car, start it up, let it run a little bit, then we're gonna check the dipstick just to make sure that oil is making its way around. I love getting in here. Yes, sir. Kick right on. Is that the Hemi tick? Maybe that's the Hemi tick. I think that's that sound everybody be talking about. I don't know, I can't hear it when I'm going 100 in Mexico. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and get inside the car. And you want to go to your vehicle page. So you can cycle through there. Not fuel efficiency. I think it is. No, wait. The vehicle info. Yeah. And then you want to scroll over until you get to your oil life, and then you just hold OK, and that'll reset it back to 100, man. So now, as far as the car goes, everything's good to go. You can go ahead, check your dipstick, make sure everything is kosher with that, and then you all the way done, man. So first official oil change in Serena. Hopefully yours goes just as smooth, man. All right, man, so while I got the engine up, one of the other things that I wanted to try, I did this on my V6, but I didn't get to do it with the Hemi. So one of the things we're gonna do, we're gonna go over here to the fuse box, man, and you wanna flip this so your diagram is sitting the right way. Yeah, make sure it's sitting the right way. So if you're looking on here, we're looking for a fuse 31. So 31 should be right in here. And that's gonna be this 25 amp right here. So you get your fuse tool and you're gonna pop this off. And we pull that right on up out of there, boom. So that is your adaptive learning. And that fuse actually makes it so that the car can try and learn how you drive. So it kind of tries to figure out how to handle the throttle response and things like that when you're driving your car. All right, man, so it's been about 10 minutes, so we should be able to go ahead and put this fuse back in. So basically what you did was, because your car kind of learns how you drive over time. So basically pulling this fuse just eliminates all that history. So your throttle response is gonna be a lot quicker. All of that stuff's gonna be there, and your car isn't gonna be like, oh, this is what it usually does. It's gonna say, you know, or it's gotta kind of sit back and just wait for you to do what you do. And I think it's 50 drives, I think is what you got, 50 times to start the car on and off until it starts learning you, and then you can pull it again, or you can let it learn you, or whatever you want to do, man. So we're gonna go ahead and put this one back. You just want to take your fuse tool. I like to use it because these things are super small, man. Like, you can see my finger, I could barely hold it, but well, yeah, let me use the tool because I don't want to drop it and lose it. So you want to go ahead, fit that on in there. Boom. All right, so now we got the fuse in there, and like I said, it's the fourth one back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, be a little gap right there. Go ahead and push that one right on in. All right, so now we got the fuse back in. Go ahead and put your holder back. Make sure you keep that, because I don't know of any little miscellaneous places where you could buy a new one. And then just put your cap back on. So now this is all fastened up. We're gonna drop the car. We're gonna take it out for a spin, man. See how these new mods is doing. So let's see how it go. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I only pulled around the corner, but it's a huge difference. Like when I pulled the fuse in the V6, you could notice a little difference. Now, it's a huge difference, man. And I shout out to that man at Hemi Life 44. You feel me? He been talking about that pedal box. I ain't gonna lie, I am interested. I'm starting to look into it. I might go ahead and make make that little purchase, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna get on E-way real quick, go to Mexico, and then see what these speeds is looking like, man. But it's sounding real healthy, like it's sounding real healthy. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm sure you can. Everyone else can. And I hate slow drivers. Like, if you one of them people that get on the highway going 20 miles per hour, take your ass home. Don't nobody get on the E-way going 20, bro. Like, look at this. How we finna all die fucking with him. Come on. We ain't even made it off the ramp yet, Chief. Yep, we out here. Taking to Mexico. Yes, sir.